Hey guys, happy Friday. Hey, we're going to be doing a little bit of operations here and kind of before operations stuff over here. So I've been busy with the truck, as you know, but we're doing all model train stuff over here today. The only thing I do want to mention is that over on my other channel for the truck, I've been trying to kind of figure out whether to do, here, let me move this thing up, whether to do a sort of like off-road channel or maybe just like a exploring channel, stuff like that. And so that's kind of what I'm kind of leaning towards. So doing a little mix of that, you know, some off-roading and just also kind of like exploring around Southern California and, you know, going and checking places out. So I did put up a video where me and Ben went over to Oceanside Harbor for a little bit of lunch. It's a short video, it's like 15 minutes, you know, but it's kind of fun, and you get to see a corgi eating a French fry from McDonald's. How, you know, I mean, if you like that stuff. All right, back to the program over here. What I was going to say, yeah, over on my other channel there, the link is in the description of this video, right there. If you're interested, go over there. If not, no problems. All right, let's get back over here. So where we left off, we kind of moved. We moved all these cars over here. Some of them came in from Orange, and they really didn't have any place else to go because they were sitting in the Orange section. But I think what I'm going to do is repurpose them for some of the outgoing cars. So let's at least put a couple things away right here. I've got all the car cards and stuff. So, and actually they had all these places, Titan Transfer. Wait a minute, maybe I already did this. I'm such a goofball. Yeah, look at that, perfect. All of these cars right here, that's exactly what I did. I'm glad I'm still, you know, able to think straight, because what I already wanted to do, I already did. So there you go. So all these cars that came in from Orange that were, you know, going all sorts all over the place, or were slated to come back, I've already rescheduled them for different places in the layout. So it looks like we're going to be doing some yard work over here, and we got a caboose on top of this thing. Now those car cards correspond to, let me get that off of the layout there so people don't freak out. All of these cars over here, these guys here, that line, so we got to sort those out into outgoing order. So this is going to be a little bit of a yard video here. Let's get them on the right track here first. That's track 3. I'll get you off of the tripod, put you back on the I know, see, I'm doing it all in one take over here. I got to take the little base off. There we go. See, this is what helps me attach to the tripod. And then my little mini tripod, which I don't think you guys ever see, but this is the way I film a lot of times right here, is with this thing. I can zoom, right? Do a nice little zoom in, zoom out, do all that stuff like that. Because, yeah, actually sometimes people ask me what sort of camera I use. It's a Sony ZV-1, and I'm recording it in 4K 30 frames per second. All right, let me get the layout fired up over here, and we'll figure out what we're doing here. So, just taking a look at the cards, and of course I got to make sure you can see that now. Let's see, we'll kind of put them in order here by. No, we should go from the back ones. So, because we're going to be pulling out to the right over here, and then shoving back in, and kind of splitting this little line of cars up. So we got the caboose. That one's got to get put away. Then we have a yellow boxcar going to Royal Plywood. We got the next car is what is it? It's this tank car right here, going to Titan Transfer, and then we got another tank car, Titan Transfer. Then we got a Shasta Beverage hopper Royal Plywood, and Shasta Beverage. There we go. We got these kind of in the order that we're going to be sorting them. So, all right, layout is still in the process of firing up over here. Come on. Sometimes, there we go. We're getting connected. My little ESU thing is a little hokey on the Wi-Fi, you know. It's one of the, no, hold on a second. Let me get rid of that. Yeah, I don't know anybody in Colorado, so I'm going to guess that was a scam call or marketing. All right, let's get fired up over here. I've been chit-chatting long enough. Let me see if you can see anything here. There we go. Got the cars, got that. I got to get the little bridge down over here behind us. There we go. We're all ready to rock and roll. And should we do the proper locomotive here? I think we are. We're going to disconnect from our... let me kind of show you what's going on here. So we got to disconnect the guys that are connected there to the caboose, right? Because that's our local. We got to get him off the line of cars here. We'll get him fired up and get him put away, and then our yard goat here, consist, is the one that's actually going to be doing all the switching here today. All right, let's see, brakes off. Let's get out. I'm going to flip some turnouts back here. It's good to be running trains again. Man, I missed getting into the yard right here like this. This is going to be fun, and I don't know why we're stuck. Probably dirty, very dirty track. Oh yeah, look at this, you know? Oh, you know what? Are we derailed? No, we're good. All right, we'll keep on going. While we're going through some of these little rough spots right here, I think all the moving around and everything has caused a lot of dirt and stuff to settle. Yeah, I can see right here. This track is horrendous looking, and it's causing probably that lead locomotive there, the 914, to stutter there a little bit. Ooh, right there. We're gonna stop right there. You know, also the thing is right here, I might go ahead and silence him just for a minute here. There we go. So we can chit chat. Yeah. I did do a little bit of work here on the ballast, if you recall, and there's a lot of glue I can see. That's what this problem is right here. Let me show you how I take care of that, if I can find my little scrubby pad. Here, I guess I will pause this because I gotta go find my scrub pad first. All right, it was just over on the other table there. So yeah, here's what I use. One of these little deals, get all the dog hair off of it. And let's go ahead, just scrub this all away. I know people are gonna freak out. Tell me I'm ruining my tops of my rails and all that crap. But listen, just a little bit of abrasion here ain't gonna hurt much. And I've been doing this for like 5 years, 6 years, 7 years now. I haven't had any problems. And I'm in a garage where you get dust and everything else, you know. I mean, yeah, I think it was mostly the glue that I put on here. I didn't end up cleaning all of it off. So we may still have a little bit in the points and stuff like that. But I got that cleaned up. Let me see here. As a matter of fact, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to do the rest of the yard. We'll just see how bad it is. Make sure my turnouts are good there. All right. Let's get fired back up over here on our sound. This is going to be a weird video, huh? And I'm going to scrub the track right there where we were. But as you can see, we're running all good. Just the regular little stutters there through the turnouts. Otherwise, I can see we got good connectivity. The lights are not flickering. You know, sometimes when you use small turnouts and whatnot, you get a little bit of stuttering here and there. We're going to run them all the way down there. And I might come up here and get this end of the track with the main line while I'm at it right there. All right, there we go. We're good. We're kind of switching locations here, but after I do all of this little sorting and whatnot, we'll get everything back in its place, because normally these guys do not park over there, but that's where they're parking today. All right, we'll go ahead and shut them down. And while they're shutting down, we'll get the actual yard consist done up. Oh boy. And I'm searching for them on my controller. All right, here we go. And we shall get these guys fired up. There we go. Now, who do we got over here? We got Mr. Torres up front. All the other guys are all hanging out at the end of, or in the our little yard platform, I should say. There they are. Engineer Rick, Benjamin. We got the new guy and Mr. Stanford over here. Let's get a little bit of work done over here. Shove this just a little bit in cheap, just to create a little bit of room here for us. Get our turnouts turned the right way. And while we're running up here, I'm actually going to silence my phone. There we go. Because for some reason, right around this time, we get a lot of marketing calls. Plus, I was shopping around for the truck and everything, so I got like every freaking car dealer in Southern California calling and texting me. I don't know how they got my numbers. All right, running good there. Let's go over. While we're running out here, I'm going to shut down the local back there. We're going to grab, actually before we grab it, I want to take a look at this other back line of cars here. We had all those cars right there, and we got to kind of sort through those guys too. So we had the two locomotives. They're all the way over here on track 7, right? Yeah, these guys we might as well sort all of these guys back here. So we've got 2 line of cars. So this is going to get a little bit longer. Let me make sure we don't got anything going out to Orange. No, all these are all Huntington Beach ones. So I'm going to grab our line of cars here first on the left. Then I'll grab those, and then we'll sort everything out together. But I got to get everything in order. So what I'm going to do is take the car cards for our first line of cars, put them upside down. And then, then we shall start. What's the last guy here? This guy. And then we go all the way to the back end. So we got center beam car. I think these are all in order, actually. Yep, good, good, and good. All right. Railroading's a lot of paperwork, I think. Ooh, yeah, this is nice. I really missed being in the yard. You know, if I was ever to not have enough space, or if I was ever to, let's put it this way, if I was ever to give anybody any advice on, you know, what sort of layout you should have, if you like yard work and just sorting cars and stuff like that, you don't need to have a whole bunch of industries where you're kind of going out there. Just do a yard and have some fun sorting cars back and forth, you know? And I was going to say, like, if I ever had just minimal space, that's probably what I would do. I would probably have a yard. I'd have a yard with a couple little industries, you know, sort of in the back of the yard over here to make, you know, to keep things mixed up. But for the most part, if you enjoy yard work, first you got to know if that's the case. Definitely the way to go. Because you know, I've always talked about this in the past, where before I actually had the yard, this little yard here was just going to be my staging for the rest of the layout. And then I quickly learned that, hey, you know what? I really enjoy yard work, sorting cars. You know, cars are coming in, cars are going out. You got to sort things around and stuff like that. Get things in the right order. It's kind of like a little, you know, mind puzzle sort of thing. And it's kind of nice to come out, sit here for like half an hour or so or whatever, and play around in the yard. So yeah, if I ever had to, you know, downsize or anything like that, and I didn't have enough room and all I had was, you know, a 12-foot section or something, it'd be a yard. Plus the amount of, you know, I didn't quite realize, you know, when I was doing the layout, the amount of stuff that goes into yard work. You know, it's not just, you know, I mean, when you don't know, you don't know. You might think that it's just, you know, cars come in and cars come out. Who cares? But there's so much that goes into yard work, you know, like I said, trying to figure out, just playing with the car cards even, you know, trying to figure out, okay, dividing them up, putting them on different tracks. There's a lot of, you know, a lot of stuff that happens in the yard, and it fills my little itch for playing with trains, you know. Plus, if you got a nice stool or something, get a little bar stool kind of thing, you can just sit here and pretty much take care of the whole thing right here in front of you without ever getting off. All right, so now we've got to figure out what we're doing here. Let me see. And somehow my car cards got all mixed up. Go figure. All right, I think that needs to go there. There we go. I just had the two different lines of cars kind of mixed up. So while we're pulling out here just a little bit, let's figure out what we're doing. I'm going to bring you a little bit closer here. Let's see. So we got Huntington Beach. Sanford and Son can go anywhere to any train, really. SoCal Edison, Reliable Lumber. We just got to sort these guys. And in SoCal Edison, I think I'm going to put everything going into, you know, the Huntington Beach and Westminster location kind of together. So that means I just got to kind of unmix these guys, right? They got to get the Reliable Lumber with the Reliable Lumber and stuff like that. So let's just take one car at a time here. And we got how many tracks? We got 4 tracks to play with here. So we shall kind of start at the back. Let's do it that way. We'll put the camera here. Keep on rolling, and then we'll start with track, what is that, track 6. Grab my little skewer here. There we go, good enough. So make sure you guys can see stuff happening here. There we go. Actually, let me put you back just a little tiny bit. You know, I've been talking so much, my battery died on me here, or it's about to die, so I'm going to stop, replace the battery, and then we'll continue on. All right, fresh battery in there. Okay, first guy, we'll get rid of that. Now the gondola is going to Sanford and Son. All right, let me try to figure this out. You know what I'm gonna do? Let's see. How should I do this? I'll just stick them in the card box as they go. I think that's what I'm gonna do. So we're in track 6. I'll put that guy in there, and then I would just have to remember to put everybody back behind him. I'm trying to position the camera so you can see stuff. All right, Sanford and Son. You know, I'm going to put Sanford and Son back here, just temporarily, because we don't know exactly which train he can go on. And that's the gondola. Like I said, that Sanford and Son is kind of right in between everything. So pretty much anybody going out to Huntington Beach can drop this guy off, right? Or anybody going into the other section of the layout, which consists of La Mirada and Cerritos and Anaheim. Well, technically the only, the gondola is going to Anaheim. That's kind of in between everything. So any train can take that. All right. We got our Sanford and Son. I'm going to stick him right there on track 7 for now. All right, next up is SoCal Edison here. So we'll put him on track 5. And while he's coming back here, I'll kind of show you. All you old timers know, but some of the new people may not. So here's a section. So we're basically dividing everything up that goes into this section here, right? Huntington Beach, Westminster, into one track. And then we're going to divide everything that goes into Cerritos and La Mirada into its own track. And then we've got the green section is Anaheim. We have Shasta Beverage and our junkyard right there, Sanford and Son, with the gondola right there. And that's what I mean by anything going over here can pretty much just go with its go with anybody. Kind of shoved way down here while we chit-chatted. So I'm gonna stick, and we'll get that guy off. We'll get our little chart out of the way. We'll put our car card away into track 5. All right, next up is Reliable Lumber. Did I disconnect that already? I can't remember. Yeah, I got disconnected. This is going to be a long video. All just doing yard work here. Maybe I'll set the camera up like that, huh? That way you can see a little bit more, and I don't have to keep moving the camera around. Alright, there we go, that's better. Alright, so next up, Reliable Lumber. So he's going to track 6 again here with the other lumber car. I know, like I was saying, this video is going to be a little bit long apparently, but hey, that's how things work. I'm going to try to avoid using my brakes. And see, and there we go, I got to use my brakes because my little brake button still sticks on my controller here. Anyway, hope everybody's had a good week. I always say that, and I always forget to, so we get like 30 minutes into the video here. because we're chit-chatting about this, that, and the other thing. Just a little bit more there. There we go. We'll shove that guy back a little bit. Kind of get him off the curve here a little bit. All right, right there is good. Come on. Now, as far as orange back there behind you guys, getting connected up and everything, I still gotta get everything set up over there. I haven't done any other additional work on it. Somebody was asking if it's at the same level as the rest of the layout, and no, it isn't. It's actually a little bit higher because the layout's in a garage here. Let me just make sure you get everything put away correctly. Who do we got next? SoCal Edison, yep. Because the layout's in the garage, you know, the garage floor is, you know, sort of tilted, right? It's lower at the doors than it is at the, you know, kind of back of the garage. And so my layout is all, you know, sort of tilted like that. Like it's actually a little bit taller up towards the garage end here than it is over at the other end. And so when I move the layout, it's a little cockeyed. So I do have to level that all out. Luckily the legs are pretty straightforward. They're just screwed in underneath. I just got to do a little bit of cutting. Oh, come on. All right there's good. I got to do a little bit of cutting on the legs there just to lower them down a little bit. And on top of the fridge, I only got like another inch, but that's good. The layout will actually end up being maybe like an inch higher than the other section of the layout. So when we come across the, you know, the doorway up into the new portion of the layout, it'll be a little bit of an incline, but not by much. Like I said, maybe an inch or so. All right, well now we got our goofy caboose. I don't know where to put this guy. I think I'm going to put him over here just temporarily. I'll have to come back and get him kind of put back over here. You know, and usually with yard work, it seems like I got a lot of cars and there's a lot of, you know, kind of, it's really confusing to start out with. But I always like how things just kind of fall into place, you know, or at least they seem to. All right, we'll drop our caboose off right there. Right there is good. All right, and we'll put him, what is that? That's track at 2. Actually, I gotta fix my other cars here too. I hear Benjamin barking in the background. All right, next up we got Royal Plywood and let's see, Titan Transfer, Shasta Beverage, Royal Plywood. I think we just got to kind of sort these guys out. I think what I'll do, let me think about this. So as we pull out, I think I want Royal Plywood. Right, Royal Plywood, which is over here, to go with Shasta Beverage. And then I'll keep Titan Transfer all by itself. So we'll split it up that way. So Royal Plywood, and yeah, we're just basically pulling out the what do you call it? the Titan transfer facility and putting them on their own track. You can see where this gets like a little puzzle here, huh? We're almost done though. Not quite sure how long this is going to be. Oops, and of course we screwed up already. Hold on. It wouldn't be a SoCal Scales model whatever video. SoCal Scale Models. I don't even know the name of my own channel. Without a couple of screw ups here. This is one of those things where I got to label my tracks here. There we go. And we only got 6 cars to go here, so and they're just going to go pretty quick. We shall be done shortly. Right there is good. Put that car away. All right, now the 2 tank cars here are just our Titan transfer, so we're going to drop them off on what is that, track 3. I'm going to sip some coffee while we do that. Yeah, we're getting there. The camera's overheating. Oops. Let's see. Another screw up here. I'm going to blame actually filming for that mess up right there, because normally I would be paying attention to the turnouts and where I'm headed. I was actually looking at the camera to see if it was overheating a little bit. It's one of the downsides of filming in 4K. Pretty much all cameras do that. If you're filming in 4K, they just get hot. Some of them last a little bit longer, some of them don't. My camera tends to last about 20 minutes, and we've been going quite a bit longer there. All right, let's get our 2 park cards, set them out there. We got Shasta Beverage. Yeah, we just got to go back there. Shasta Beverage, Royal Plywood. Actually, see, here's what we should do. These cars are a little bit mixed up. We just got to unsort the last of these cars, so I'm gonna leave the hopper here temporarily, right there. Come on. That. Alright, we're all pretty much sorted out over here. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to, as always, hit the thumbs up and all that. If you're not subscribed and you just came across this channel, I usually go a little bit quicker than this, but I've been getting a little distracted. All right, there's our Royal Plywood guy. That's this guy. We shall drop him off in track 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. See, I'm going too slow. The camera just overheated, so I had to give it a minute here. Let's see, where were we? We were pulling out with our last 2 cars here. Yeah, so we dropped off that guy. We got our hopper, our last guy here going to Shasta Beverage, and I'm just going to put these 2 together, and they're going to go with the Royal Plywood, which is track 4 Going too far. 1, 2, 3. No, that's not right. Is that right? Yeah, we're just unsorting them. Yeah, we just kind of had the cars a little mixed up there, so had to unmix them, but they're going on the same track right there. We'll grab our hopper and we shall be done. Finally. Whew. This video got a little bit longer than I thought it was going to be. Let me help the coupler along here just a little bit. There we go. And I'll take you off the tripod here for the final bit and just hold you by hand. And like I was saying, guys, hope you enjoyed that. It's good to be back over here running trains again. Yep, that's good. I'm gonna remember where I'm pointing the camera there. Guys, I will see you in the next video, which is going to be some local operations with all of these trains that we just sorted out over here. And again, if you're interested in watching me and Ben go eat some McDonald's at Oceanside Harbor here in Southern California, check out the link in my video description for this video there. You'll see a link over to my other channel there. You can go hang out, watch us have a little fun, get a little hot there. All right, guys, till next time, take care.